S.A.T.O. starts with a variety of blended guitar parts for an eerie-sounding clean intro. When the song kicks in, Randy unloads one of his most intricate rhythm guitar parts. Although the main structure is repeated several times, we are able to witness just how brilliant Randy was as each section is repeated with a different approach and several intricate fills. After a musical break, Randy takes one of his longest recorded solos, which has us playing all over the guitar neck, often countering with ascending passages and descending melody. The intro to S.A.T.O. follows the chord progression E minor, C major 7, A sus2, and D sus2. And as the intro progressed, the D modulates to a B minor form, which bridges to the verse of the song. The intro sounds very complex because there are several guitar parts overdubbed to different guitar tracks and blended in and out with each other. First, the basic structure would be the chords themselves, starting with E minor. Strings 1, 2, and 3 are open. Play the 4th string 2nd fret with the middle, 5th string 2nd with the index, and the 6th string is open. For the basic structure, strum E minor, then pick strings 1, 2, then 1. Switch to C major 7, strings 1, 2, and 3 are open. I keep my middle finger on the 4th string 2nd fret and add my ring finger to the 5th string 3rd fret. This allows a quick change from the E minor. Strum the C major 7, then pick strings 1, 2, and 1. Next is A sus2. Strings 1 and 2 are open. 3rd string 2nd fret is held with the middle. 4th string 2nd fret is held with the index, and the 5th string is open. Strum, then pick strings 1, 2, and 1. To quickly change to the next chord, D sus2, the 4th string is open. Leave your middle finger on the 3rd string 2nd fret and add your ring to the 2nd string 3rd fret, and the 1st string is open. Strum, then pick strings 1, 2, and 1. That's the basic structure. Let's run through it once at a practice tempo, then we'll learn some of the overdubbed guitar parts. With so many overlapping and intertwined guitar parts being mixed in during the intro, it's difficult to tell exactly what is being played. Here's an approximation of what Randy played over the chord changes and with the other instruments and effects. For the E minor, play the 4th string 2nd fret with the index to the 3rd string open, then the 4th string 4th fret with the ring, then 2nd fret. For C, play the 5th string 3rd fret, followed by the open 2nd string, open 3rd, then 2nd string again. For A, play the 4th string 2nd fret, 3rd string open, then 2nd, to the 2nd string 3rd fret, letting all notes ring out as long as possible. The transition from D to B starts on the 4th string 4th fret with the ring, to the 3rd string open, 2nd fret pull to open, and on the 4th string 2nd. A higher pitched guitar can be heard as well. After the E bass note is played, walk down on the 3rd string 12 with the pinky, 11 with the ring, to 9 with the index. Barring the 9th fret to the 4th string, pick strings 3, 4, 3 over the C major 7 chord. Then add the 2nd string 10 with the middle, and you have an A chord, which after the bass note is sounded by picking strings 3, 2, and 1. and end with the same E walk down over a D bass note on the 3rd string, 12, 11, 9. A lower pitched guitar variation plays the low E, then a walk down on the 4th string, 5, 4, 2. Play a C bass note on the 5th string, 3rd fret with the index, then 3rd string 4 with the middle, and 4th string 5 with the ring. Switch to the A bass note, then 4th string 2nd, 3rd string 2nd, and 2nd string 3rd, letting all notes ring out for an A sus4. Then end with a B minor riff, 5th string 2nd fret to the 4th string open, and walk down on the 6th string 3, 2. Let's practice phrase 2 at a slow tempo, then we'll put 1 and 2 together at a faster pace. Phrase 3 introduces the basic structure for the verse and most repeated guitar part. It is E5 to C5, A5, and B5. The E5 is on the 5th string 7 with the index, 4th string 9 with the ring, and 3rd string 9 with the pinky. Randy also adds the open 1st and 2nd string drone notes along with this, often switching between them. So we have E5 and E5 drone. Move the same fingering down to the 5th string 3rd fret, and you have C5. Again, this is played with fretted notes, as well as adding the 1st and 2nd string for a C5 drone. Again, that's C5, C5 drone. Drop down to the open A, 5th string open, 4th string 2nd, and 3rd string 2nd. Strumming just these 3 strings, we have A5. We're adding the open strings for an A5 drone. Then we move back up to a fretted B5, 5th string 2nd fret, 4th and 3rd string 4th fret. The B5 is not played with open strings. Instead, we add an end tag playing the 5th string open, 2nd string pull to open, to the 6th string 3rd fret with a slight bend, then 2nd fret with vibrato. Here's a practice run of the chord structure with a slow tempo. During S.A.T.O, Randy almost always played a different repetition for the verse. The song starts out with a pick slide, then pull-offs on the 6th string 3, 2, open. Next is the E5, then E5 drone, then double palm mutes on the 6th string open, then strum the E5 drone, pause and strum again, palm mute the 5th string 7, then drop down to 5, then to C5, and C5 drone, palm mute the 5th string 3rd fret twice, that's a C note, then 2 more C5 drones. To 5th string 3, 2, pull to open, then play A5, A5 drone, 2 palm muted open A bass notes, strum A5 drone, pause and strum twice, then strum only the 1st and 2nd strings twice. Play a single B5, then the walk down riff, 5th string open, 2 pull to open, 6th string 3 with a slight bend, and 2 with vibrato. Phrase 5 comes in with a single open 6th string palm muted lead-in note, then the E5 drone, and strings 1 and 2 by themselves, followed by a riff on the 5th string 7 with the index, 10 with the pinky, pull to 9 with the ring, to 7 with vibrato. Down to the 5th fret, then C5, C5 drone, then the 5th string 3rd fret, to 4th string, 5th with the ring, pull to 4 held by the middle, back to 5 with vibrato. Switch to A5, A5 drone, two A bass notes, strum A5 drone twice, then just the 1st and 2nd strings, switch to B, then walk down, this time hammering the 5th string open to 2, pull off to open, 6th string 3 to 2 with vibrato. Since we'll be repeating this progression often during this lesson, we'll start out slow and build up speed as we progress. Here's phrases 4 and 5 combined with a medium tempo. The chorus comes in with a full open G5. 1st string 3rd fret with the pinky, 2nd string 3rd fret with the ring, 3rd and 4th strings are open, the 5th string is muted with the bottom of the middle finger, which is holding the 6th string 3rd fret. Strum and hold. Next is a B flat major chord. Play the 5th string 1st fret with the index, and bar strings 4, 3, and 2 with the ring on the 3rd fret. Strum strings 5 through 2, and drop down to an A major. 5th string is open, and bar strings 4, 3, and 2 on the 2nd fret. Strum and hold. The 4th chord is an open C5. 2nd string 1st fret, 3rd string is open, mute the 4th string, and hold the 5th string 3rd fret with the ring. Let this ring out and grab the highest fret on the guitar and slide down the neck. These chords repeat, but in place of the C5, play an open G5 chord on strings 3 and 4. Later in the song, this chorus is repeated, and Randy engages the wah pedal to give these chords more depth. After the chorus, Randy elaborates on the made chord structure, playing E5, E5 drone, drop down to the 5th string, 5th fret, pick and slide up to 7. Next is a higher pitched G5 on the 3rd string, 7 with the index, 2nd string, 8 with the middle, and 1st string, 10 with the pinky. Strum twice and slide down the neck. Play C5, then C5 drone, then repeat the 5th string, 5 slide to 7, G5, G5 slide down the neck. Next is A5, A5 drone, 3 palm mutes on the open A, A5 drone, B5, and the walk down. Phrase 8 uses the same E and C chords with riffs, which we learned earlier, but it has a cool end tag playing the 1st and 2nd strings open and places the A with a quick mute. This is played 4 times. Then the open notes are played again, adding the 3rd string 2nd fret with artificial harmonic and a bar dip in return. Start phrase 9 with an open E, then E5, then the 4th string 7 hammer to 9, skip to 2nd string 8, pull off to 7, and end on 3rd string 9. For the C rhythm, play a C bass note, then C5, sliding your ring finger up to the 4th string 9. Skip to the 2nd string 8, pull to 7, and end on the 3rd string 9. Next, play an A rhythm, followed by B5 and the descending riff. Just before the solo, there's a musical break playing 2 B5 power chords, Then release pressure and strum 3 times. Repeat this, then switch to an open E5, 6th string open with the 5th string 2, strum twice, then play the 6th string open, hammer to 4, to 5th string 2, and 2 A5s, strumming the 5th and 4th strings only. Then pull off on the 5th string, 4, 2, open. And repeat, double B5, triple pick the rake notes, repeat B5, rake, E5, walk up to B, then A5, then walk down. And this repeats 2 more times. Then you play a bar on the 2nd fret, picking the 6th string, then the 1st and 2nd strings together. Then the 2nd string, 2nd fret by itself. Next is D5, followed up with the 1st string open. The solo kicks off in phrase 11. It starts with a quick lead-in note, palm muted on the 6th string 12th fret, then move your index up to the 14, 16 with the ring, to 5th string 14, 16, then 4th string 14, 16, lightly mute up to here, and then lift the palm mute and play the 3rd string 14, 16, 14 slide to 16, and play 18 with the ring finger, to the 2nd string 17 with the index, hammer to 19, to 1st string 17 with the index, then down to 16, and slide down the neck. There's another guitar playing this in a lower position, as well as a similar version in the high position, which we'll learn a little bit later. For now, here's a slow practice run. Phrase 12 starts out on the 3rd string 11 with a ring finger bend, to 2nd string 9 with the index, barring to the 1st string 9, back to the 2nd string 12 with a bend, vibrato, and release. Then pull off to 9, 10 pull off to 9, to 3rd string 12, and 2nd string 9, to 3rd string 11, pull to 9. We start off with the same 3 notes for phrase 13, 11th fret bend, to the barred 9, 9, skip back to the 3rd string 11 and pull to 9, then 4th string 11, 9, and go back and forth between the 5th string 11, 4th string 9, back to 11, then 9, then play artificial harmonics on the 3rd string, walking down from 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. Phrase 14 starts off on the 3rd string 4, hammer to 6, then artificial harmonics on the 3rd string 5, pull to 4, 5 pull to 4. Next is the 3rd string 6 with artificial harmonics and a big 1.5 step bend and partial release. Do that 3 times, and then a full release, then to 3rd string 4, 6, 2nd string 4, 5, 4, to 3rd string 6, and 4. Phrase 15 starts off with artificial harmonics on the second string and 7 with the pinky, then 4, 5, 4 to third string 6, 4, 6, 4 to fourth string 7 with the pinky, 6, 4, then the fifth string 7, 6 hammer to 7, pull off to 6 to 4 and back to 6. Next is phrase 16, starting with a group of palmmuted notes on the third string, 6 pull to 4, back to 6, to second string 4, back to third string 6, to second string 4, 5, 4, 5, 7, 5, then lift the palm, play 7 and slide to 9, 7 with the index, stretch to 9 with the middle and slide up to 14, to first string 12, 15, then 14 with vibrato. Phrase 17 drops down to the 5th string, 7th fret, and ascends to 9, slide to 11, to 4th string 9, 9 again, hammer on to 11, to 3rd string 9, 11 slide to 13, to 2nd string 12 with the index, stretch up to 1st string 17, pick 4 times, and pull off to 16, pick 2 more times, to 2nd string 17, then 15 with vibrato. Start phrase 18 on the 3rd string 16 with the ring, to 2nd string 14 with the index, middle to 15, and pick 4 times, pulling off to 14, repeat the 3rd string 16, pick the 2nd string 15 4 times, drop down to 14, 12, back to 14, 14 with the bend, release and pull off to 12, and end on the 3rd string 13 with vibrato. Drop down to the 5th string for phrase 19 and play an ascending scale run starting on the 9th fret, hammer to 11, to the 4th string 9, 12 with the ring, slide to 11, then 9, to the 3rd string 12, slide to 11, then 9, back to 11 with a bend, to 2nd string 9, to 1st string 9, and end with hammer-ons and pull-offs on the 2nd string, 12, 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, slide to 12. To contrast the previous ascending run, phrase 20 descends from the 1st string 19. Pick a total of 4 times, pause, pick once, pick twice and pull off to 17, drop down to 16, then pull 17 to 16, and end on the 2nd string 17. play the first string 16, 17 on the second string, then third string 16, second string 17 with the ring to third string 14 with the index, then drop down to 13 and end with vibrato. Phrase 21 comes in with explosive bends on the second string 18 with the ring finger to the first string 15 with the index. Play this a total of 7 times. Then second string 18, 15, third string 17 bend to second string 15, first string 15 to second string 18 pull to 15 to first string 18 with a bend and release. Next is phrase 22, starting on the first string 15 to second string 18, pull to 15. Then double note patterns with bends, holding the second string 18 with the ring, add the third string 17, strum both notes, and bend the third string. Pick 18 by itself, then both notes and bend 17 again. Next is third string 15 to fourth string 17, then double notes on strings 2 and 3, 15th fret, then third string 15 to fourth string 17. Next, double up on the second and third strings 15, then a single fourth string 17, play again, this time moving your index up to play the fourth string 17th fret, putting you in position to skip to the first string 20 with the ring finger bend, then drop down to 19. Ending the solo with phrase 23, bend the third string 17 with the ring to second string 15, first string 15, then second string 18, pull to 15, back to third string 17, second string 15, then a walk down from the third string 17, 15, fourth string 17, 15, and the fifth string's a little different, 17, 16, 15, slide to 13, hammer to 15, with a bend, release, pull off to 13, bend, and slide down the neck. At the end of the solo, repeat the musical break that we learned in phrase 10 and 11, but with a slight variation. Double up on the B5, then add a pick slide down the neck. There's also a change up in the E5 to A5 progression. Strum E5 twice, then rather than walking up, pull off from the 6th string 4, 2, open, and move to A5. The rest of this section is the same. When you get to the 2nd fret chord variation, play the 6th string, then the 1st and 2nd strings, then add the D5, adding the 1st string open, then the 2nd string 3rd fret this time, then a staccato open E5, that's the open 6th string, 5th and 4th string 2nd fret, just strum it and quickly mute it. Here's an alternate way to play phrase 11. Starting on the 6th string, hammer 14 to 16, 5th string 14 to 16, 4th string, 3rd string. On the 2nd string, hammer 14 to 17, then pick the notes on the 1st string, 14, 17, 16, down to 14, and end on the 2nd string 17. An overdub guitar track plays the same pattern an octave lower, starting on the 6th string 2nd fret. The last verse of the song has some really cool whammy bar effects. Coming out of the A rhythm, in place of a B, play the 3rd string 4th fret with artificial harmonics, rapidly dipping the bar, then slightly bend the string while dipping and returning the bar. Next is E5, then 1st and 2nd string is open, then a 5th fret harmonic on the 3rd string with a whammy bar dip and return, double up on C5, then repeat the 5th fret harmonic, A5, 1st and 2nd strings open, a single open A note, back to the 1st and 2nd strings open, then the 3rd string 7th fret with artificial harmonics, and a bar dive. Back to E5, E5 drone, then an aggressive slide down the 5th and 6th strings, hammer to the 19th fret, and slide down the neck. Double up on C5, then the same slide down the neck. An A rhythm, and then a descending scale run with artificial harmonics on the 3rd string, 4, 2, open, 4th string, 4, 2, open, 5th string, 3, 2, open, to the 6th string 3 with a slight bend. The outro is very similar to phrase 1. The only noticeable difference in the acoustic or clean guitar parts is on the E minor. Strum the chord, then play the first string's 2nd fret, then open. The rest of the chords follow the same strumming and picking pattern. Our last section is phrase 27, which is a distorted guitar that overdubs the acoustic outro. Play an open E5 to C5, A5, then D5. This repeats several times. Then to end, move up to the 7th fret E5 and strum twice and mute. And this repeats as the song fades. I chose to start with Suicide Solution to get the viewers warmed up. The main riff is very easy, and for that reason this lesson is beginner friendly. Although the album version of this song doesn't have a guitar solo, Randy did include several lead guitar fills which will keep the beginner as well as the advanced players on their toes. Phrase 1 begins with an A5 power chord. The 5th string is open. Play the 4th string's 2nd fret with your index finger, and also bar the 3rd string's 2nd fret with the index finger. Strum strings 5, 4, and 3. Then mute the strings with your picking hand. Then pick 2 palm muted, open 5th string A notes. Next, play a C5 power chord on the 3rd and 4th strings by barring the 5th fret with your ring finger. Pick both strings, let the chord ring out briefly, then slide down the neck while keeping pressure on the strings. Play an open G5 on the 3rd and 4th strings open, and end on the A5 power chord. Next, repeat the 2 open 5th string palm mutes, C5 on the 5th fret with a slide, G5, then A5. This is the main riff and will be repeated many times with several different endings. The first ending is a 6th string 3rd fret with the middle finger, give it a slight bend, then repeat the main riff. The second ending is on the 3rd string 5th fret with a half-step dip on the tremolo bar. Pick the note, dip the bar, and return. If you're playing a guitar without a whammy bar, you can imitate the riff by picking the 5th fret, slide to the 4, and back up to the 5. Repeat the main riff. Then for the 3rd ending, Randy fretted the 5th string, 5th fret, that's with the index finger, then played the 6th fret with the middle finger, and pulled off to 5 again. The pull-off technique is achieved by picking the first note, then snapping your finger away from the string to produce the next note. So we pick 5, 6, pull off to 5, then drop down to the 3rd fret. And there are several more endings to this main riff, but for now let's practice it with these 3. Now let's put the main riff together and increase the speed a little bit, and you'll begin to see how it starts to take form. The song I Don't Know has more riffs and changes than most full-length albums. It starts with a hard-driving 16th note main riff, stocked with many lead fills as it repeats throughout the song. The chorus gives us a chance to breathe, but only for a short while before picking up the pace with rapidly picked arpeggios. Musical breaks have us making use of center string power chords. The halftime section gives us a thorough example of Randy's classical guitar influences, with the use of both chords and scale runs. On the studio versions, there are several guitar parts woven together, which also cause modulation, giving an even deeper chorus effect than what is actually used. Since there are several guitar parts during this section, I also referenced a video to see what Randy played live, which is an added bonus lesson at phrase 15. Here, the song builds up again to a blistering solo that manages to cover most of the fretboard. Randy's guitar intro for I Don't Know begins with a slide down the 6th string from the 17th fret. This introduces phrase 1 and leads to the first chord, which is an A5. 5th string is open, 4th string's 2nd fret is held with the index, which is barred across the 3rd as well. After strumming strings 5 through 3, palm mute the 5th string and follow through with 16th notes. The count is 1, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Also, you'll notice that the open 5th string notes are not palm muted on the 3rd and 4th count. These are more accent notes rather than non-palm muted notes. What I mean by that is Randy dug in a little harder on these notes to give the rhythm more feel. It's probably easiest to learn the rhythm with straight 16th notes, then add the accents as you become more comfortable with the rhythm. Here's phrase 1 at a half-speed practice tempo. For phrase 2, we move our finger bar from the A5 up to the 4th fret for a B5. As with the guitar parts in Suicide Solution, here we are only playing the middle strings, strings 3 and 4 on the 4th fret, which is followed by the same palm muted open A5 rhythm, or galloping rhythm, which we applied to phrase 1. Next we ascend to a C5, in phrase 3. This uses the finger bar on the 5th fret of strings 3 and 4. Next, we have a partial galloping rhythm with an accent on the 3 count, and then a slide down from the 5th and 6th strings, barring the 15th fret on the 4 count. The count is 1, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4. Phrase 1 through 3 taught us the ascending chord structure of the main riff. To add contrast, phrase 4 drops down to a full G5, 2nd string 3rd fret with the ring finger, open on strings 3 and 4, mute the 5th string with the bottom of your middle finger, which holds the 6th string 3rd fret. Strum down on this chord, switch to a D5 by lifting your middle finger, and add your index finger to the 3rd string's 2nd fret, and strum up on this along with the open 4 and 5th strings. Next, play another D5, but strum down and include the 2nd string 3rd fret, which should still be in place from the G5 chord we started the phrase out with. This is a prime example of how Randy liked to spice things up by playing many variations of the same chord. So we have the G5 to the 3-string D5, then the 4th-string D5, and wrap up phrase 4 with the 6th-string 3rd fret held with the middle finger, giving it a slight bend. Now that we've learned the basic structure to the verse, for the benefit of the beginner viewers, we'll put it all together at a slow tempo. Phrase 5 will use the same structure as the verse. But at the end, for the guitar fill, after the C5, play the palm-muted rhythm and slide down from the 6th string 12th fret on the 4 count. The guitar fill starts on the 2nd string 1st fret with artificial harmonics, which we learned in the previous lesson can be achieved by allowing the skin of your picking hand to lightly touch the string as you pick. Pick and pull off to the open string. Repeat 2 more times. Go to the 3rd string 2nd fret with artificial harmonics, or AH, and pull to open. Repeat. 4th string 2nd with AH, pull to open. 5th string 3rd with AH, and pull to open, then end on the 6th string 3rd with a slight bend. Crazy Train is a straightforward guitar anthem. Starting with a heavy intro in F sharp minor, the song modulates to a relative A major verse and back to F sharp minor for the chorus, bridge, and solo, featuring a two-hand tapping intro, lots of bends, and winds down with a scale run from low to high strings. Phrase 1 is a noisy intro to Crazy Train. To mimic the sound of several guitars feeding back, I toggle the pickups off, then strum harmonics above the approximate 24th fret of strings 1 through 4. Just lightly touch the strings where you get harmonics, strum, then toggle the bridge pickup on. Next is a loud pick slide, sawing back and forth from high-pitched strings to lower-pitched strings, and you glide down the neck. Phrase 2 introduces the main riff to the song, starting on the 6th string, 2nd fret with the index finger, 2nd fret again, to the 5th string, 4th fret with the ring, back to the 6th string, 2nd fret, to the 5th string, 5th fret with the pinky, back to the 6th string, 2nd, to the 5th string, 4, then 6th string, 2nd. For the second half, move to the 5th string, 2nd fret with the index finger, then the 6th string, 5th fret with the pinky, 4th with the ring, back to the 5th fret, 5th string, 2nd, then a walk down on the 6th string, 5, 4, then open. These parts repeat several times. In live footage, you can see that Randy played this riff with all downstrokes, which gives the notes a heavier sound than alternate picking. To bridge this main riff to the verse, the first half is repeated to the 2nd, 5th string, 4th fret note, where you pull off to the 5th string open. Strum an open D5 chord, 2nd string, 3rd fret with the middle, 3rd string, 2nd fret with the index, along with the 4th string open. Then an E chord. 1st and 2nd strings open, 3rd string, 1st fret with the index, 4th string, 2nd fret with the middle. Strum down on the D5 and up on the E chord.